There was a very poor man who served a sage diligently, and in return, the sage gifted him a beautiful lamp. The sage explained, "In the lamp lives a genie who can fulfill all your desires. But beware, the genie is always active and rather impatient. If you don't pay attention to him, he will start taking all things away from you." The poor man, overjoyed with his new acquisition, moved on, and on reaching home, he rubbed the lamp. The genie appeared and asked, "How can I serve you, master?" "Prepare me a meal worthy of a king," commanded the poor man. Within a second, a sumptuous 100 courses meal was ready. The poor man was delighted. However, as he was about to enjoy the meal, the hyperactive genie asked again, "And how can I serve you, master?" Keeping in mind that if the genie was unoccupied, he would take away all the goodies, the poor man had no option but to give the genie some more work. Therefore, he commanded, "Build me a beautiful castle suitable for an emperor." Only a few seconds passed by, and before the poor man could even taste a few items of the tempting spread of the sumptuous meal, he found himself in a massive palace with breathtaking interiors. He liked to explore the palace, but the genie was once again jobless and raring to go. "How can I serve you, master?" the genie asked again. Every wish of the poor man was fulfilled by the genie instantaneously. But the poor man was in a wretched, pathetic state of being unable to enjoy anything. It turned out that his only occupation was to keep the genie preoccupied. He could neither give up all the things that the genie miraculously produced on his command, nor enjoy any of them. Frustrated and annoyed, he turned to the wise sage for help. The sage gave him an instruction, and then the poor man commanded, "Genie, build me a long pole and stick it to the ground." As the genie produced the pole in an instant, the poor man continued, "Now keep climbing up and down the pole over and over again." Now, with the genie totally preoccupied, climbing the pole up and down, the man finally had his time to enjoy the meal, explore the palace, and do other things. Our minds are like the genie in this story: restless, impatient, busy, always wanting to satisfy everything. If the mind is not controlled, then it takes control. The restless mind has to be brought under control by bringing it to focus and contemplate eventually on the self. Sri Krishna in this chapter suggests two methods for bringing the mind under control and make it accomplish the difficult task on hand. They are Abhyasa and Vairagya. Abhyasa, repeated practice, and Vairagya, non-attachment or renunciation of attachments. Finally, Krishna concludes chapter 6, Dhyana Yoga, and also the first excerpt of the Gita with a glorious declaration. "He who meditates on me with loving devotion and with faith, whose mind is absorbed in me, I consider him the greatest of all yogis." This last verse effects a tremendous leap forward from the yoga of self-realization. While the yoga laid down so far is the means for the realization and immediate apprehension of the intrinsic being and nature of the Atman, the new yoga introduced here is the pathway to the realization of the Paramatma. While devotion to God was brought in off and on in the course of the first group of 6 chapters in dealing with Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, it occupied a subordinate position so far, the principal direction of effort being towards self-realization, Atma Sakshatkara. The chapter 6 concludes by effecting a transition to the theme of the second group of 6 chapters, chapters 7 to 12, which are wholly focused on Paramatma Sakshatkara, God realization. Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu.